The Art of Doing Less, written and published by Sonic Digest. Introduction. Embracing the Power of Less. In today's fast-paced world, being busy has become a status symbol. We equate busyness with success, productivity, and self-worth. The more packed our schedules, the more accomplished we feel. It's easy to get caught up in the mindset that the only way to get ahead is to constantly be doing something, whether it's checking emails, attending meetings, or juggling multiple projects at once. Society rewards this constant hustle, and the idea of rest or taking things slowly is often viewed as laziness or lack of ambition. This obsession with productivity has created a culture where our lives are dictated by to-do lists and notifications, leaving little room for reflection or intentionality. However, the relentless pursuit of productivity can come at a great cost. Many people find themselves overwhelmed, exhausted, and feeling like no matter how much they do, it's never enough. We've become so consumed by the need to keep up with everything and everyone around us that we rarely stop to question whether all this busyness is actually leading us to a fulfilling life. The irony is that while we're constantly busy, we're often not making meaningful progress. We've confused movement with achievement. In this constant rush, we lose sight of the fact that sometimes doing less, focusing on the right things, not just more things, can bring us greater success, joy, and peace. Why doing less matters. The consequences of overwork and constant busyness are well documented. Chronic stress, burnout, and even physical health issues like heart disease are linked to the always-on lifestyle. But beyond the physical toll, there's an emotional and mental price to pay. When we are constantly overworked, the quality of our lives diminishes. We may find ourselves more irritable, less creative, and disconnected from what truly matters. The pursuit of more leads to a shallow sense of accomplishment that often leaves us feeling empty. Doing less, on the other hand, allows us to focus on what's essential. It's not about being lazy or doing the bare minimum. It's about being intentional with how we spend our time and energy. By cutting out the unnecessary, we create space for what truly matters, whether it's pursuing meaningful work, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking care of our well-being. When we stop chasing after every possible opportunity and start focusing on a few key priorities, we're able to achieve deeper, more meaningful results. Our lives become less about ticking off tasks and more about cultivating experiences that matter. The philosophy behind the art of doing less. At the heart of the art of doing less is the idea of focusing on the essentials. We live in a world where we are constantly bombarded with information, opportunities, and distractions. The challenge is learning to filter out the noise and concentrate on what is truly important. This is not just about productivity. It's about living a life aligned with our values and priorities. The philosophy is simple. When we focus on less, we can give our best to what matters most. This requires a shift in mindset, from doing more to doing better. It's about recognizing that our time and energy are limited resources and should be invested wisely. By eliminating unnecessary tasks, distractions, and obligations, we free up space to fully engage with the tasks, relationships, and activities that bring real value to our lives. Doing less also invites us to embrace the idea of simplicity. Life doesn't have to be complicated to be meaningful. In fact, some of the most profound moments come when we strip away the excess and focus on what is truly essential. This minimalist approach can be applied not just to work, but to every area of life, from the way we manage our time, to the way we interact with others, to the way we approach our personal growth. The less we have cluttering our minds and our lives, the more room we have for clarity, creativity, and purpose. The following chapters will delve deeper into the principles that support this philosophy, offering actionable strategies and real-world applications that will help you master the art of doing less. while achieving more. Chapter 1. The Science of Doing Less. Understanding the 80-20 Rule, Pareto Principle. One of the most powerful concepts in the pursuit of doing less is understanding the disproportionate impact that a few key activities can have on overall outcomes. The 80-20 Rule, commonly known as the Pareto Principle, reveals that a small percentage of actions are responsible for the majority of results. In practical terms, this means that 20% of your efforts lead to 80% of your achievements. The challenge lies in identifying which activities fall into that vital 20% and focusing your energy on them. In every aspect of life, whether it's business, personal development, or even relationships, a small number of tasks, habits, or decisions often drive the most significant outcomes. Too often, we expend our energy on the 80% of activities that only contribute to a marginal improvement. The real art lies in filtering through the noise to discover what truly makes a difference. This requires a thoughtful examination of how you allocate your time, evaluating which actions yield the greatest value and which merely create the illusion of progress. The power of the 80-20 rule is that it forces you to stop treating all tasks as equal. Instead, it encourages you to critically assess your workload and prioritize those tasks that generate maximum impact. Once identified, this select group of tasks should become your primary focus, receiving the bulk of your time and attention. Doing this enables you to achieve more while doing less, as the most important tasks are handled with care and intention, leaving the less important to either be minimized or delegated. The myth of multitasking. Multitasking has long been championed as the hallmark of productivity, but in reality, it is one of the greatest barriers to true efficiency. The allure of juggling multiple tasks simultaneously gives the impression of productivity, yet it often results in shallow work, increased stress, and diminished quality. The human brain is not designed to focus on multiple complex tasks at once. When we switch between tasks rapidly, we lose momentum and sacrifice deep, focused thought. Research has shown that constantly shifting between tasks can lead to mental exhaustion and errors. Each time we switch focus, our brain requires time to reorient itself, which means more time is wasted in transitioning than we realize. Even the smallest distractions can break the flow state, the mental zone where deep and creative work happens. Instead of working more efficiently, multitasking scatters our attention, often leaving us with a trail of unfinished tasks and superficial results. Focusing on one task at a time, on the other hand, allows for a deeper engagement and higher quality output. By dedicating full attention to a single task, we can immerse ourselves in the work, make more thoughtful decisions, and ultimately finish the task with a greater sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. Single tasking not only improves the quality of the work, but also reduces mental fatigue, as the brain isn't constantly shifting gears. When you deliberately choose to focus on one task, you also create the mental space needed for innovation and problem solving. The clarity and calm that come from working in a focused manner open up pathways for creativity, something that is often stifled by the chaos of multitasking. Rather than doing more, we should aim to do one thing exceptionally well before moving on to the next, letting depth of focus drive meaningful progress. The law of diminishing returns. There comes a point in any endeavor where additional effort no longer leads to proportionate results. This is the essence of the law of diminishing returns. Whether it's staying late at the office to tweak a project that's already complete, or pushing through a mental block when you're clearly exhausted, there's a tipping point beyond which the effort invested yields minimal gains. Recognizing this point is crucial to optimizing both your time and energy. In the early stages of a task or project, the time and effort you invest typically produce significant returns. However, as the hours wear on and fatigue sets in, the rate of return begins to decline. The same effort that produced great results at the start now yields only marginal improvements. and in some cases, continued effort can even diminish the quality of the work. For example, when someone spends too long refining something, they may lose perspective, adding unnecessary complexity, or even undoing previously effective work. The key is to understand when enough is enough and to have the wisdom to step away before diminishing returns set in. This doesn't mean settling for mediocrity. Rather, it's about knowing when the work has reached its peak and recognizing that further input will not enhance it meaningfully. By honoring this principle, you free yourself from the trap of perfectionism and the false belief that more time spent automatically leads to better results. Furthermore, understanding the law of diminishing returns can help manage energy levels and prevent burnout. Rather than pushing through for the sake of appearance or out of habit, taking breaks or shifting focus can rejuvenate the mind and lead to greater long-term productivity. It's often during these moments of rest or when we step away from a task that fresh ideas or solutions arise, enhancing our overall efficiency when we return to the task. Knowing when to stop, let go, and recharge is an essential skill for achieving sustained success. Rather than overexerting yourself, recognize that scaling back can actually lead to better outcomes by allowing for higher quality work and preserving your energy for what truly matters. Chapter 2. Simplifying your life. Declutter your schedule. Our schedules often mirror the clutter we accumulate in our physical spaces, overflowing with unnecessary tasks, commitments, and distractions that keep us from focusing on what truly matters. The first step towards simplifying life is to take a close look at how we spend our time each day. This requires a conscious effort to audit our daily routines and remove activities that don't add value. Many of us overfill our calendars, either out of habit or desire to stay busy, without realizing how much of our time is spent on tasks that could be streamlined, delegated, or eliminated altogether. To begin decluttering your schedule, consider which tasks are aligned with your priorities and which are simply distractions. One powerful tool for this is time blocking, a technique that involves allocating specific blocks of time to high-priority activities. Instead of bouncing from task to task in an unstructured manner, time blocking allows you to focus on one thing at a time, helping you achieve deeper levels of productivity. Another useful method is the Eisenhower matrix, which encourages you to categorize tasks by their urgency and importance. This can help you recognize which tasks truly require your attention and which can be postponed or discarded. Additionally, calendar management is crucial in this process. Rather than viewing your calendar as a place to store every possible obligation, use it as a tool to protect your time. Schedule blocks of free time for thinking, reflecting, or recharging. These moments of space can be just as important as the tasks themselves, as they allow for creativity and better decision-making. Be intentional with how you allocate your hours and avoid the trap of filling every available slot with activity for the sake of it. Fewer, more focused commitments will lead to greater fulfillment and less stress. The power of saying no. In a world where opportunities and demands seem endless, the ability to say no is a superpower. Many of us feel compelled to say yes to every request or invitation, fearing that saying no may disappoint others or close off opportunities. Yet, constantly agreeing to things that don't align with our goals or values depletes our time and energy, leaving us feeling overextended and unfocused. Learning how to say no gracefully is one of the most liberating skills we can cultivate. Saying no isn't about being dismissive or unhelpful. It's about setting clear boundaries and protecting your most precious resource, your time. When you say yes to something, you are by default saying no to something else, often something more important. Recognizing this trade-off is key to taking control of your schedule and ensuring that your time is spent on the things that truly matter. By establishing firm boundaries, you not only create more space for your high-value activities, but you also foster respect from others who will come to understand that your time is valuable. There are practical ways to say no without offending or alienating others. It can be as simple as expressing appreciation for the offer, followed by a polite decline. Alternatively, if a task isn't a priority for you but still requires attention, you can redirect the request to someone better suited to handle it. The key is to remain firm but courteous, ensuring that your boundaries are respected while maintaining positive relationships. By doing so, you create the mental and emotional space needed to focus on your core priorities, free from the weight of unnecessary obligations. Minimalism in everyday decisions. The concept of minimalism goes beyond decluttering physical spaces. It applies just as effectively to the choices we make every day. We are faced with countless decisions, from the small, what to wear, what to eat, to the significant, career moves, life goals. The mental energy required to navigate all of these choices can be overwhelming, leading to decision fatigue and ultimately reducing the quality of our decisions. Simplifying the decision-making process is essential for reclaiming mental clarity and focus. Minimalism in decision-making starts with reducing the number of choices we need to make. One effective approach is to automate or streamline routine decisions. For example, adopting a simplified wardrobe can eliminate the daily stress of choosing what to wear. Limiting your meal options for the week or creating a consistent morning routine can reduce the cognitive load of minor decisions, freeing up mental energy for more important matters. At a deeper level, minimalism in decision-making is about aligning your choices with your core values and long-term goals. By clarifying what matters most, you can eliminate the noise of unnecessary options. When you prioritize simplicity, you can focus on the decisions that truly move the needle in your life, while letting go of those that don't align with your larger purpose. Real-life examples of this approach are everywhere. Highly successful individuals often adopt routines or systems that limit the number of trivial decisions they need to make, allowing them to dedicate their mental energy to more significant tasks. By limiting unnecessary decisions, they preserve their cognitive resources for creativity, strategy, and innovation. In your own life, applying this principle can lead to greater clarity, reduced stress, and a sense of empowerment as you focus on fewer, but more impactful decisions. Chapter 3. Mastering Essentialism. Identify what truly matters. The path to essentialism begins with clarity, understanding what truly matters to you at a fundamental level. It requires more than simply setting goals. It involves deeply reflecting on your values and ensuring that your actions are in harmony with them. For many, life becomes a never-ending stream of obligations, tasks, and expectations, pulling them in various directions. To break free from this, you must strip away the superficial and focus on the essence of what brings fulfillment. One of the most effective ways to identify what truly matters is through self-inquiry. Ask yourself questions such as, what do I value most in life? And what activities make me feel energized and alive? These reflections help you distill your priorities down to their core. It's about discerning which areas of your life hold the most weight, both in terms of personal satisfaction and long-term significance. These might be relationships, career aspirations, personal growth, or contributing to a cause larger than yourself. A practical exercise to guide this process is to envision your ideal life 5 or 10 years from now. What have you accomplished? Who are you spending your time with? What kind of person have you become? This vision serves as a compass, helping you navigate the distractions of daily life and make decisions aligned with your long-term purpose. Once your core priorities are clear, everything else falls into place. You can begin to organize your life around these priorities, ensuring that your time, energy, and resources are invested in what truly matters. Eliminate the non-essential. Once you've clarified what matters most, the next step is eliminating everything that doesn't contribute to it. This isn't just about cutting back on activities. It's about creating space for deeper focus and meaningful progress. Many people find themselves overwhelmed not because they are doing too much, but because they are doing too many things that don't really matter. The key is to be ruthless in eliminating distractions, obligations, and commitments that don't align with your priorities. This process begins by critically assessing your current commitments. Are there meetings that could be skipped? Emails that don't require immediate attention? Social engagements that drain your energy? Identify the areas where you're overcommitted and begin to scale back. It's not just about freeing up time. It's about reclaiming your mental and emotional bandwidth. Mental clutter is as damaging as physical clutter. The constant bombardment of information, opinions, and distractions can scatter your focus and leave you feeling depleted. Creating mental clarity requires setting boundaries with yourself and others. Limit your consumption of unnecessary media, cut down on the number of decisions you make each day, and set aside time for deep thinking and reflection. This space allows for the kind of focused work and clear thinking that leads to real progress. Physically, decluttering your environment can have a profound impact on your ability to focus. A cluttered workspace often reflects a cluttered mind. By removing the excess and organizing your surroundings, you set the stage for better concentration and greater productivity. The simplicity of your environment directly impacts the clarity of your thinking. When you eliminate the non-essential from both your mental and physical spaces, you create room for the things that matter to truly flourish. Do less, achieve more. The principle of essentialism teaches us that doing less can actually lead to achieving more. When you eliminate the unnecessary and focus exclusively on high-priority tasks, the quality of your work and the level of your accomplishments naturally rise. Rather than spreading yourself thin across numerous activities, you channel your energy into a few well-chosen endeavors that have the most impact. High achievers in various fields understand this concept intuitively. Their success isn't the result of working longer hours or juggling multiple projects simultaneously. Instead, they achieve extraordinary results by identifying their most important tasks and devoting their best effort to those. The art of essentialism lies in embracing this focused approach, learning to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Consider the concept of deep work, which involves uninterrupted periods of concentration on cognitively demanding tasks. By eliminating distractions and focusing on a single objective, you not only improve the quality of your work, but also reduce the time it takes to complete it. When you devote your full attention to fewer, more significant tasks, you can make strides that would otherwise take far longer if spread thin across multiple competing priorities. The results speak for themselves. Those who master essentialism consistently outperform their peers, not by working harder, but by working smarter. They are able to make meaningful progress in the areas that matter most, while also maintaining a sense of balance and well-being. Rather than feeling overwhelmed, they experience a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction, knowing that they are moving closer to their goals with every action they take. Real-life examples of essentialism are found in those who simplify their focus and resist the urge to overextend themselves. By deliberately choosing to do less, they free themselves to achieve more. Whether it's a business leader who focuses solely on strategic initiatives, or an artist who dedicates their energy to perfecting a single project, the principle remains the same. Doing less allows for greater depth and ultimately greater success. Chapter 5. The Mindset Shift. Less is more. The power of presence and mindfulness. The modern world encourages a relentless pace, pushing people to juggle multiple responsibilities at once. Yet the irony is that the more we try to do, the less we tend to truly experience. The power of presence and mindfulness is about reclaiming the ability to be fully engaged in the present moment without being pulled in countless directions. When we are present, we bring a level of attention and awareness that allows us to experience life more deeply. This presence, in turn, improves the quality of everything we do. Whether it's completing a work task, engaging in a conversation, or simply sitting in stillness, the ability to focus on one thing at a time elevates the experience. The true art of doing less lies in this mindful engagement. Techniques for cultivating mindfulness include practices such as conscious breathing, meditation, and even daily rituals that anchor you in the present. These practices help to quiet the mental noise, reduce anxiety, and bring clarity to your priorities. Being present also means letting go of the need to control every outcome. It's about allowing yourself to be fully immersed in each moment without worrying about the next. By doing this, you enhance not only your productivity, but also your sense of fulfillment. Mindfulness teaches that less is more when it comes to where we place our attention. Spreading ourselves thin, multitasking, and constantly switching between tasks leaves us feeling drained and disconnected from our own lives. By practicing presence, we begin to find a greater sense of peace, effectiveness, and joy in even the simplest of activities, letting go of the need to do it all. One of the greatest barriers to embracing the less is more philosophy is the belief that we need to do it all. Society often equates success with busyness, measuring worth by how much one can accomplish in a day. Yet this constant push to do more leads to burnout, frustration, and ultimately a diminished quality of life. Shifting away from the need to do it all requires a radical change in mindset. It means recognizing that constant productivity is not the ultimate goal. Instead, the focus should be on intentionality, doing fewer things, but doing them with greater care and purpose. This shift involves questioning the real necessity of every task, commitment, and responsibility you take on. It requires the courage to say no to non-essential activities and the wisdom to prioritize what aligns with your true goals and values. This also means letting go of perfectionism, which often drives the need to overextend oneself. Perfectionism whispers that nothing is ever enough, fueling an endless cycle of overwork and dissatisfaction. The reality is, striving for perfection in everything dilutes your energy, leaving little room for creativity, growth, or rest. Embracing imperfection allows you to focus on what really matters, freeing you from the constant pressure of meeting unrealistic standards. The art of doing less is not about laziness or avoidance. It's about recognizing that your worth is not tied to how much you do. By letting go of the need to do it all, you reclaim your time, energy, and attention for the things that matter most. This shift leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life, where you can be fully present and engaged without feeling overwhelmed by endless obligations. Redefining success. In a world where success is often defined by hustle, constant activity, and visible achievement, it's easy to lose sight of what success truly means on a deeper level. The traditional view of success encourages people to work long hours, sacrifice personal well-being, and keep pushing for more, believing that the more we accomplish, the more successful we become. Yet this narrow definition often leads to burnout, stress, and a sense of emptiness despite external achievements. Redefining success starts by challenging the idea that more work equals more success. Instead, success can be about balance, finding a harmonious blend of achievement, well-being, and joy. It's about choosing a path that aligns with your personal values and brings fulfillment, not just external validation. This new definition includes being present for your loved ones, having the time to pursue passions outside of work, and taking care of your physical and mental health. It's the freedom to enjoy life, rather than constantly striving for the next milestone. Success can also be measured by the depth of your experiences, the richness of your relationships, and the peace you feel within yourself. Many highly accomplished people have discovered that once they shifted away from the hustle mentality, they found more meaning in their lives. This shift didn't diminish their achievements. In many cases, it amplified them. By doing less, they had more time to focus on what truly mattered, leading to greater satisfaction and a more sustainable form of success. Real-world examples abound of people who have adopted this mindset. Leaders who scaled back their work hours, creatives who focused on fewer projects but produced deeper work, and entrepreneurs who prioritize their personal lives alongside their business ventures. These individuals demonstrate that doing less does not mean achieving less. In fact, it often leads to more profound accomplishments and a more joyful life. Chapter 6. Real-world applications. Applying the art of doing less in your career. In the fast-paced world of work, the pressure to constantly perform can be overwhelming. However, embracing the art of doing less can transform the way you approach your career. It begins with identifying key strategies that promote smarter work rather than harder work. One effective approach is to evaluate how time is spent in meetings. Many professionals find themselves trapped in endless discussions that produce little value. By setting clear agendas, limiting meeting durations, and encouraging concise updates, meetings can become more productive. Additionally, establishing a culture of accountability can help teams focus on outcomes rather than processes. Project management can also benefit from a minimalist approach. Streamlining projects means prioritizing tasks that drive results and discarding those that don't align with core objectives. Use simple frameworks like the Kanban system to visualize workflows, which can help identify bottlenecks and unnecessary steps. This clarity allows for effective delegation, empowering team members to take ownership of specific tasks, thereby reducing the burden on individual contributors and fostering a sense of collective achievement. Incorporating technology can further enhance efficiency. Utilizing project management tools, collaborative software, and automation can save time and mental energy, allowing professionals to concentrate on high-value tasks. Instead of being bogged down by administrative work, focusing on strategy and innovation can lead to a more fulfilling career. This shift not only enhances productivity, but also cultivates a work environment where creativity can thrive. Doing less in personal relationships. In the realm of personal relationships, quality often trumps quantity. Many people mistakenly believe that maintaining numerous connections requires endless energy and effort. However, nurturing relationships without overextending oneself can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. It starts with intentionality, prioritizing time spent with those who matter most, and cultivating those relationships through genuine interactions. Active listening is crucial in this context. Engaging with loved ones by being fully present during conversations can create stronger bonds. It's about setting aside distractions, whether it's a phone or other interruptions, and truly investing in the exchange. This presence fosters trust and understanding, allowing relationships to flourish without the need for constant communication or superficial connections. Moreover, quality time doesn't have to be extravagant. Simple activities such as cooking a meal together or enjoying a walk in the park can create lasting memories and strengthen bonds. The emphasis should be on shared experiences that bring joy and connection, rather than feeling obligated to maintain a busy social calendar. Establishing boundaries around time and energy ensures that relationships remain a source of joy rather than a source of stress. Simplifying health and wellness. Integrating the less is more philosophy into health and wellness routines can profoundly impact overall well-being. The modern wellness industry often promotes the idea that achieving health requires a complex array of products and programs. However, simplicity can yield better results. Start by focusing on efficient workout routines that maximize benefits in minimal time. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, for example, can deliver significant fitness gains in shorter sessions. Similarly, integrating short bursts of activity throughout the day, such as walking, stretching, or quick body weight exercises, can contribute to physical health without overwhelming your schedule. Meal planning can also benefit from a simplified approach. Instead of overcomplicating meals with elaborate recipes, prioritize whole foods that are nutritious and easy to prepare. Batch cooking and preparing simple, balanced meals can save time during the week and reduce the temptation to rely on fast food or unhealthy snacks. This method not only promotes healthier eating habits, but also creates more mental space for other activities. Mental health routines should also reflect the principle of doing less. Rather than overwhelming oneself with various stress relief techniques, focus on a few effective practices. Mindfulness meditation, journaling, or even spending time in nature can be powerful ways to manage stress and cultivate a sense of calm. By identifying what truly resonates, individuals can create a sustainable routine that fosters mental clarity and emotional resilience. Incorporating rest and recovery into health routines is equally vital. Society often glorifies the hustle, leaving little room for downtime. Acknowledging the need for rest allows individuals to recharge and perform better in all aspects of life. Emphasizing the importance of sleep and leisure as essential components of health fosters a holistic view of well-being that is both manageable and fulfilling. Chapter 7. Tools and Techniques for a Life of Less. Productivity Tools for Efficiency. In a world overflowing with distractions and demands, selecting the right tools can significantly enhance efficiency while adhering to the principles of doing less. The emphasis should be on simplicity and functionality, allowing individuals to streamline their workflows rather than complicate them. Digital tools such as task management apps enable users to categorize tasks by priority and deadlines, minimizing overwhelm. Opting for minimalist design applications helps eliminate unnecessary features that can lead to distraction. For instance, a straightforward to-do list application can foster clarity, allowing users to focus solely on what needs to be accomplished. Incorporating automation into daily routines is also essential. Tools that automate repetitive tasks such as email filtering or calendar scheduling free up mental energy for more impactful work. In addition to task management, leveraging collaboration platforms can foster better communication while reducing the need for excessive meetings. These platforms allow for real-time updates and shared resources, keeping teams aligned without the traditional burdens of back-and-forth correspondence. Emphasizing minimalism in technology ensures that users remain focused on essential tasks and maintain control over their time, creating habits that support less. Building habits that support a lifestyle centered on doing less is critical for sustaining long-term change. Establishing a routine based on deliberate practice rather than busy work allows individuals to focus on what truly matters. Techniques such as habit stacking, where new habits are added to existing ones, can reinforce positive behaviors effortlessly. This method enables individuals to create compound effects without overwhelming their schedules. Trigger-based habits can further enhance adherence to essential tasks. By linking specific actions to established cues, such as writing at the same time each morning or engaging in a brief mindfulness practice after a meal, individuals can cultivate an environment that naturally supports desired behaviors. Additionally, maintaining a habit tracking system provides a visual representation of progress, which serves as motivation while encouraging consistency. It's crucial to cultivate a mindset that embraces flexibility and adjustment. Habits should evolve as individuals grow and their priorities shift. This adaptability ensures that routines remain relevant and effective, allowing for sustained progress without the pressure of perfectionism. Tracking your progress. Measuring success through the lens of fulfillment, rather than mere task completion, transforms how achievements are perceived. Shifting focus from quantity to quality allows individuals to evaluate their experiences more holistically. Regularly assessing personal goals and the impact of daily activities fosters a deeper understanding of what it means to achieve less while feeling more accomplished. Incorporating reflective exercises can enhance this process. Journaling about daily experiences, identifying moments of joy, or recognizing instances of stress can illuminate patterns that inform future choices. Regular reflection helps clarify whether actions align with core values, providing insight into the effectiveness of efforts. Additionally, setting aside time to evaluate personal goals can reveal whether pursuits are enriching life or simply filling time. Encouraging self-inquiry, asking questions about satisfaction and alignment, promotes a deeper connection to personal objectives, ensuring that each step taken is intentional and meaningful. This ongoing evaluation encourages a continual adjustment to habits and routines, enabling individuals to remain aligned with their vision of a fulfilling life. Chapter 8. Long-term benefits of doing less. Sustaining the less lifestyle. Maintaining the mindset of doing less requires conscious effort over time. While adopting this approach initially may bring relief, there is a natural tendency to fall back into old habits, especially when external pressures arise. To sustain this lifestyle, it is essential to cultivate awareness and vigilance. Set clear boundaries. One of the most effective ways to resist overcommitting is by setting firm boundaries with both yourself and others. Prioritize commitments that align with your goals and values, and practice the discipline of saying no when something does not serve your long-term objectives. Regular self-reflection. Periodic self-check-ins help prevent slipping into old patterns of busyness. This can be achieved through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation. Ask yourself if the activities filling your schedule are adding value or merely creating noise. Revisit your priorities. Life changes, and so do priorities. Take time every few months to reassess what is most important to you. This reassessment ensures that your focus remains aligned with your current goals and prevents the unnecessary accumulation of obligations. Automate and delegate. To maintain a streamlined life, it is critical to regularly evaluate tasks that can be automated or delegated. By leveraging technology and involving others in appropriate tasks, you conserve time and energy for what matters most: improved well-being and fulfillment. A lifestyle centered around doing less often leads to significant improvements in overall well-being. Emotional, physical, and psychological benefits arise when individuals free themselves from the pressures of constant productivity and embrace a more intentional way of living. Emotional clarity. Letting go of unnecessary tasks allows space for emotional clarity. With less clutter in the mind, individuals often find they can approach challenges with greater calm and focus. This clarity leads to better decision-making and deeper personal satisfaction. Physical health. Overwork and stress take a toll on the body. By embracing the principles of doing less, individuals reduce the physical strain caused by long hours, poor sleep, and mental fatigue. In return, this lifestyle supports healthier routines, balanced energy levels, and reduced stress-related illnesses. Psychological resilience. With fewer distractions, people tend to develop stronger psychological resilience. The mental space created by doing less enables them to respond to challenges more thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This shift leads to a greater sense of control over one's life, fostering both confidence and peace. Stories of fulfillment. Many who adopt this lifestyle report profound transformations. For example, individuals often share how reducing their workload not only improved their health, but also brought a renewed sense of joy to their personal lives. These stories illustrate the far-reaching impact that doing less can have on one's fulfillment and happiness. Creating more space for creativity and growth. Embracing the philosophy of doing less opens up opportunities for creativity, personal growth, and self-discovery. By eliminating unnecessary distractions, individuals gain the mental and physical space needed to explore passions that may have previously been sidelined. Time for passion projects. With a less hectic schedule, there is room to invest in projects that ignite creativity and passion. Whether it's starting a new hobby, learning a new skill, or deepening a craft, individuals find that doing less allows them to engage in these pursuits with more enthusiasm and focus. Increased creative energy. Creativity often thrives in moments of stillness. When the mind is no longer bogged down by the pressures of excessive to-do lists, space is created for innovation and new ideas to flourish. This freedom fosters artistic and intellectual growth, enriching both personal and professional areas of life. Self-development opportunities. Doing less also creates time for introspection and personal development. Individuals can invest in self-improvement through reading, education, or even spiritual growth, deepening their understanding of themselves and the world around them. Balanced growth. Ultimately, doing less supports growth that is both meaningful and balanced. Without the constant pull of external demands, individuals are free to direct their time and energy toward areas that truly enhance their lives, leading to richer, more fulfilling experiences. By embracing the long-term benefits of doing less, readers are empowered to lead a life that not only accomplishes more with less effort, but also creates space for creativity, growth, and lasting fulfillment. Conclusion: a new way forward. The journey toward embracing a lifestyle centered on doing less is transformative, inviting individuals to reclaim their time and energy. This approach challenges the traditional mindset that equates busyness with success. Instead, it encourages a deep reflection on what truly matters, guiding readers to prioritize activities that foster genuine fulfillment. As you reflect on the core ideas explored throughout this journey, remember that prioritization is more than a strategy. It's a commitment to living with intention. By simplifying daily routines, you can create a life that reflects your values and aspirations. Focusing on what matters most allows you to cultivate deeper connections, engage in meaningful work, and nurture personal passions that enrich your existence. Begin this journey with small, manageable steps. Rather than overwhelming yourself with drastic changes, gradually incorporate these principles into your life. This incremental approach will help solidify new habits and foster a sustainable lifestyle that honors your desire for balance. Trust in this process and be open to the rewards that come from living intentionally. The path may not always be easy, but the outcomes are profound and lasting. Audit your commitments. Regularly evaluate your commitments and activities. Identify which ones align with your core values and which do not. Consider letting go of those that drain your energy without providing fulfillment. Practice saying no. Strengthen your ability to decline requests that do not serve your priorities. This empowers you to protect your time for the things that truly matter, allowing for deeper engagement in the areas you choose to focus on. Embrace mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Whether through meditation, journaling, or simply being present in the moment, these practices will help you cultivate awareness and appreciation for your experiences. Set clear boundaries. Establish boundaries around your work and personal life to prevent burnout. Communicate these boundaries to others and honor them to maintain a healthy balance. Reflect regularly. Dedicate time for self-reflection. Assess your progress, celebrate small victories, and make adjustments as needed to stay aligned with your goals and values. By taking these actionable steps, you will embark on a fulfilling journey toward a life where doing less leads to achieving more. Each choice you make will contribute to a life rich in meaning, creativity, and joy.